Hi, everybody, it's Don, and I hope you're getting ready for a fantastic weekend. There's a ton of festivals in town in Ottawa this weekend, and so I'm really looking forward to it. Today, I have again another travel cruise scam to talk about. This one happened as recently as last week on June 15th, and I'm going to give you some tips on how this all could have been avoided again. Yeah, let's talk about the new travel scam that happened again right after this. So, first off, the story starts off with Lakeisha Fraser, a mother, and they booked a cruise along with nine other adults and nine other teenagers to go on a Carnival cruise all together last week, June 15th. They took a flight from into Miami, they landed, and when they went to the cruise port and they tried to check in, the Carnival travel representative said, "I'm sorry, it looks like you guys have been scammed." So here they are, 16 people, 18 people in Miami ready to go on a cruise, and there's no cruise for them to go on. So what happened? They booked their cruise last November with a company in Florida, based out of Florida, called Legendary Journeys, which has offices and advertising posters. They were a legitimate travel company. Trouble is, they went bankrupt and out of business last year. So, how did these people were they able to book vacations with Legendary Journeys? They spent over $13,000, and even the airfare was booked for them. So they contacted the Better Business Bureau to see what's going on with this company, and they found out that it's been, the business has been bankrupt. The Florida Better Business Bureau has received over 185 complaints in the last 7 months, stating, about people who have had their vacations canceled and not getting refunds. They've had 85 in the last 4 months from Florida alone. And it seems like what's going on out there from the attorney who's in charge of liquidating the assets for Legendary Journeys is that somebody is using their name, telling people they represent that company, and then scamming the money. It's not necessarily that company. Nobody's in the offices right now. They're not working there. So they think it's somebody who has found out this company's gone under, copied their logo, and is now selling vacations and scamming people. And you gotta kind of tip your hats to them because it's kind of genius that you go out and you buy the airfare for these people to go on the trip, but you don't buy the cruise. So the people get their air tickets, they think everything's great, everything's rosy, and then they get to the port and they're stranded. It's a horrible situation, but they make it look like it's a legitimate travel what's happening. When you take a look at the receipts that the people were receiving, it all says just on plain paperwork with Legendary Journeys in the corner, and it just has, you know, booking this on Carnival Cruise, this is how much per person, this is your tax, this is how much you paid, blah, blah, blah. But nowhere have they ever received anything from Carnival Cruise with a booking number, a reservation number, a cabin number, anything like that. And that's the key here, everybody. You should be getting something from the cruise lines themselves. The minute somebody contacts me and says, "Yes, Don, I would like you to book this cabin for me," I don't take their credit card information. I don't take any of that. I just take their booking information. So I get who they are, what their date of births are, and where they live. Then I call the cruise line, I reserve a cabin, I get a booking number, and I get the cabin number. I call the people back and I say, "This is your cabin, this is where you're located, this is your cost, this is your port fees. Are you okay with this cabin?" At that point, if they say yes, they are, I ask for a deposit credit card over the phone, not by email or not by by any other means, over the phone only. I then immediately call back the cruise line, put the deposit down, and send the people their confirmation directly from the cruise lines. Those are the confirmations that you should be getting, not just an agency copy. Those don't tell you nothing. As you can see from this example from Legendary Journeys, it's not official. I can type anything and put a logo on it. I can claim I'm Microsoft if I wanted to, or Apple Computers, by just copying a logo and putting it on a piece of paper. Get the Carnival documentation. It's not going to be able to be copied by no means. Not only that, once you get that confirmation, you can immediately go online and register on Carnival's site, or Celebrity Cruise Line, or Disney, or anybody's site. You punch in that booking number with your name and you come up. And if you don't come up, you know there's a problem. So instead of losing thousands of dollars on a cruise, the worst case scenario is you lost your deposit. So if you can't see yourself online and you don't get any documentation, question it right away. There are some travel agencies out there that will say, for instance, if you're booking a group, well, we'll hold the money for everybody and then we'll buy everything all at once. Don't go with that either. What happens if they go bankrupt before they book that cruise for you? If your travel agencies can go to the cruise line and say, I want 20 cabins, reserve those 20 cabins and hold them for a length of time, and just need to put a deposit down on them to hold them until the final payment date. So you don't need to put a whole bunch of money down without having cabins booked through the cruise lines. So that's my warning today. I'm really sorry for this family again, and it looked like it was legit. They had stores, they were advertising, they had airfare tickets in their hands, and they still got scammed. But what they didn't have was cruise line confirmations directly from the cruise lines. And obviously, they never went online to do an online check-in, because if they had, they would have noticed there's nothing there. So there's my buyer beware warning out there again. And I hate these stories because it makes travel agents look creepy. But again, this isn't the travel agent. This is somebody pretending to be a travel agency and taking a closed business, representing themselves as that business still being open, and scamming people. It's just like when people call you pretending to be from the government and taxation and trying to collect your taxes, or you have a refund coming and just call us and give us your banking information and we'll send you some money. Yeah, those are all scams. Never do that. So there's my warning for today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend this weekend, and I'm sorry for these people who lost out on another cruise. So there you go. Just be careful out there and make sure you get the proper documentation, or at least go to an agency that you're familiar with and you trust, but don't be overconfident that everything is perfect. Make sure you get the documentation every time. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more trips, more tricks, more travel vlogs, more hits and tips from around the world, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.